to me. Yeah.
I love this. Watch.
To those who think the term Becky is a racial slur, the term Becky isn't racial, it's historical. Black women have been hysterical behind losing their black babies to white women in plantation homes, yet breastfeeding and raising their own children only for them to grow up and steal our black men. For them to say we cannot share the same water fountain, yet we share the same areola, gentrified our milk, and somehow processed that we are not the soil God made us from. Somewhere in Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, Becky is using her long, bona fide tresses to secure an African-American male who has left a void in his household to tend to her submissiveness. To escape the resilience of our tongue, the defiance of our spirit, he has left the footprint of fearing that one day the queen he thought he was ready for would dethrone him in his kingdom, so he feels more safe with her. Feels like she will suck and swallow his ego and give it back to him. Feels like she ain't gonna challenge his authority, like she ain't gonna give him a taste of his own medicine. See, this has nothing to do with race and everything to do with a reminder of how challenging it is to pronounce our names, how subtle our hair grows toward God, how we differentiate in skin tones to color spectrums. The lighter you are, the closer to freedom he can be. I agree we shouldn't use names to identify any one race, but history has called us niggers, pickaninnies, and donkeys. We were once called out at slave auctions with names like Sally, Sarah, Molly, Mary, Becky, as if it were a privilege to even have one. So now, when we say our names, they have weight, they have meaning, they have the hand of God in its creation, and wisdom with every enunciated syllable. So yes, when our men are afraid of their shadows, when the smell of our sweet peach reminds him of where he came from, Sankofa, Jinami, rice, diamonds, Oshun, Ashanti, Kente, cocoa butter, hot combs, cassava, head wraps, bonnets, when he forgets twerking is an African ritual dance and not sexual entrapment, when he cannot recognize the Ankh, the dialect, the wardrobe, when he cannot look at me as his black queen and see himself for the king he truly is, well, he better call Becky with the good hair. But this ain't got nothing to do with race. Y'all all right?
Talk the talk, sis. Man, that poem was all on point. She did so well and everything is so amazing. Let me know what you think, guys.
All these couples lined up in order, seeing who's been married the longest, from shortest to longest. This is beautiful. This is black love. This is black love. We gotta see and show more couples being married and staying together. So check this out. Everybody putting their own spin on it. I like this.
You would know that you are. You're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're my sunshine.
Let's go. Let's go.
We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being by any means necessary.
All right, TikTok and Facebook. It's a little strange to me here. I'm trying to roll with the dice here. Flip this camera around. Okay. TikTok, get everybody on, let them know what the subject is today. After Mother's Day, do we really honor mother? That's a great question. My producer, I said something like that, and she added some more to it. So all praises due to God. Father God, thank you for bringing all these great people. Thank you for the millions of people we've done touched in the last 10 months, over 28 million. We thank you, God, because all of them belong to you, God. I'm just your vessel, God. I came on Willie D's show to do about the movie, The Redemption of American Gangster by Johnny Biden and Martin Reed Preston. And at the end of the movie, I will show young people how to come out the game and go to God, get them a job, get in real estate, get a beauty shop, get a daycare, buy a shopping center, buy a strip center, get a cleaner, get a welding company, be an air conditioner, be a plumber, but do something positive for your wife and your family and your children. But one thing we got to do is put the drugs down and get the mentality out of us. That's not who we are, whose we are, what we are. You setting yourself up for slavery because they make $40 billion a year when they put you in prison, especially the private prison, because it's all made up. Slavery is the private prisons. It's made up. They got Unicor, UNICOR. I don't know how much money Unicor pay out to taxes in America. I don't know if they build freeways. I don't know if they open up schools, and I know they don't. I ain't never heard Unicor do nothing for nobody but themselves and the investors and the people that's in it. And some federal judges done got busted for putting more people in there. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it's wicked. So we need to wake up on knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. Today is about the mothers, and we probably do this for 2-3 days. It's about the mother, how important the mother is, but the question is, do we honor our Mother Day is every day. Let's clear that. But on that day they gave you, and I could tell you where it came from the 1800s, but I don't want to go through all that. It was a young white lady, but I don't want to go through that. But anyhow, the day Mother Day is every day. But the one we had yesterday, the questions asked, do we honor our mothers after Mother Day? That's the question. So y'all can call in at 281-896-8215. You got something you want to say? TikTok, you on there deep already. You over 40 people already. So call everybody, let them know we're on TikTok. This is most essential. If we can ever get the respect for our women, if we ever get the respect for our mothers, if we ever can do that, then we can make our communities great again. We can make our communities great again. My brother, Azid James, the hip hop minister, he keep telling me about that, and I agree with him. But as I thought about what he said to me, it just hit me. If we honor our mothers, we'll make the community great again. It hit me. Brother James, if you can hear me, let me send you the link. It's very serious. If we honor our mother, we will want to take care of the neighborhood. We would want to do better with our people for that reason. And that I don't know a better reason than that one myself. So again, we honor our mothers, ladies and gentlemen. A whole lot of things have changed. Not sometime, all the time. All right, I can't get him on there. So again, ladies and gentlemen, TikTok, thank you for coming out. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of you. And thank God for my producer today. We want to come on today to just let you know that we love all mothers on the planet Earth. And we're here to say to you, again, after Mother's Day, do we really honor mother? So y'all can call in, talk in, whatever you want, because I don't want to go through the whole scenario till y'all start talking, texting here. Miss Sampson, I know you coming, so I need all the texts I can get here. Let's talk about it. Let's get started.
All right, Minister, you said something really important before when you were talking to TikTok earlier. You said that it's not necessary. Honoring doesn't mean that you like your mother in particular, or that y'all are going to get along all the time. And I was wondering if you could elaborate on that.
A lot of people think that if you don't like your mother, then you're not honoring it. It's not true. You honor your mother and love your mother regardless. No matter if she drank too much alcohol, or she promiscuous, or she at the club, because there's no such thing as a no good woman. There's a no good man made it that way. And whoever want to debate with me, I'll meet you here, or meet you at your church, or meet you at a community, wherever you want to meet at. Okay? And bring $100,000 with you. And we put it up, and it goes to the Trinity Foundation. That's how we're going to do that. So, all you millionaires, you just heard me. I said, honor your mother, and your days will be long. Honor your parents, your days be long. But you must honor mother first and foremost, because mother carried you for 9 months. You don't have to like her. If you don't like her ways, then you do your best to try to reason with her, get her to take constructive criticism if you're right. And if you're right, don't stop loving your mother because you don't like her. My mother's right in here, 91 years old. I'd be alive if I just tell you I love everything about my mother. I do not. But what I do love about her is she had me. What I do love about her, she carried me. What I do love about her, she fed me and led me to God the best that she could. Then somebody else took me the rest of the way. And I won't tell you that at this point. But that happened. But again, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for all. But again, Catherine brought up a hell of a thing. And it's saying that I don't like my mother. That don't stop you from loving her. That I don't like to scratch on my car. But you ain't gonna get rid of your car because you got a scratch on it. You try to get it bundled to get it painted. The car belongs to you. Why would you throw your car away? Because of a scratch on it. Your mother got a scratch on her. You try to clean it up. And if you can't, you keep honoring her and loving her. That's directly from God. And if you don't feel that, then you need a psychosocial assessment and a Dianetic. Think of something wrong with you. And whoever taught you wrong. You have to honor your mother, respect your mother, all the days of your life. That is Catherine.
I appreciate that clarification. So again, y'all, welcome to the Johnny Binder Show. Today's subject is, after Mother's Day, do we really honor mama? And before we go any further, wherever you are, please be sure to like, subscribe, drop us a comment, let us know what you're thinking. So is honoring your mother the same as loving her? I know that's complicated for some people, but just drop me a yes in the comments if you agree and a no if you disagree. So we're going to go ahead and move forward with our first clip. And this first clip is about Black women who have lost their children to gun violence. Black women who've lost their children to gun violence. So here we go.
Violence in the U.S. kills thousands of people every year, and so far this year, more than 6,800 Americans have died in shooting incidents. According to Gun Violence Archives, that includes at least 28 since yesterday. Think about that for a second. This morning, we're going to take a closer look at a group of Black mothers who have lost a child to gun violence or alleged police brutality. They want to go from grieving to governing to make a big change. Mark
My
Strassman spoke
God.
with two members of the Mothers of the Movement and joins us at the table to discuss. They belong to a club nobody wants to be in, Mark.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be in it, Gail, because the price of admission is really almost unbearable. We can all agree on that as parents. I mean, the price is that you have to lose a child violently. But now there's a movement within the movement.
Gun violence in healthcare will more define my legacy.
With Congresswoman Lucy McBath, it's clear public service began with private anguish. Jordan Davis, her 17-year-old son, was gunned down outside a Florida convenience store in 2012. A car full of kids playing loud music made Michael Dunn angry. He fired inside it, killing Davis. Dunn got life behind bars for murder.
I choose to forgive him today.
And McBath forgave him. When this former Delta flight attendant ran for Congress, few people expected her to win. Georgia's 6th district, suburban Atlanta, is majority white, wealthy, and Republican. But she ousted the incumbent.
How much did Jordan's death drive your decision to run for office?
Jordan's death had everything to do with me running for office. My mother's mission here is just basically to take all of that concern and support and nurturing that I would still be doing for my son. I'm just channeling it to the people that I live among every single day.
Sabrina Fulton understands McBath's motivation.
I did not want this spotlight.
At the 2016 Democratic National Convention, Fulton joined a stage of mothers whose children were slain.
I am here today for my son, Trayvon Martin, who is in heaven.
17-year-old Trayvon Martin was unarmed when Crime Watch volunteer George Zimmerman fatally shot him in 2012. Fulton's grief turned to activism. And now, a campaign for a seat on the Miami-Dade County Commission.
I was frustrated with seeing the same things happening and me depending on other people to make change. So I had to be a part of that change.
Lucy McBath, when she ran and won, was her success an inspiration to you?
Definitely, it left an impact and inspired me. Of course, there are several other people that ran for office that I saw, and it inspired me. You can't help but be empowered and inspired by seeing somebody that had the same tragedy that I had and managed to move on.
Near St. Louis, Leslie McSpadden lost a son. A police officer killed 18-year-old Michael Brown. His death sparked the Ferguson riots.
Run, Leslie, run.
Earlier this year, McSpadden ran for city council and lost.
Why are so many mothers of young black men who were shot and killed running for office?
We recognize if we don't stand up and champion for our communities, more people within our communities continue to die disproportionately. I just think that people are looking for a way to be able to walk out their hurt and their pain and their anguish and do something for the good of others with it.
It's been almost 7 years, and Lucy McBath told me she still gets up every day worrying about how to keep her son Jordan safe. She'll never get over losing him, but she believes making a change will help her get past it. Or as Sabrina Fulton told me, nothing could be worse than losing a child, and nothing got better.
No, we've had Sabrina at the table a couple of times. We've done interviews with her. And it's the type of thing you can't even imagine this kind of pain. But talk about channeling your pain into a purpose. It seems like they can and will make a difference.
I certainly hope to make a difference, and I think it's something that all of us can relate to as parents. I mean, grown parents or infants. I mean, it's just losing that is just so unthinkable.
It's said that it's taken this to pull them into the political system, but I think it's very important that they're in it. You know,
from grieving to governing. That's the phrase that stays with me.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, Mark. Thank you.
That's a good one. From grieving to government. That's TikTok. That's a good one. So come on and say something. Tick us, talk us, text us, call us at 281-896-8215. We'll put you on. We'll put you on.
And to everyone else watching on Facebook and YouTube, please, and Twitch, because I get comments from Twitch now, which lets me know the audience is growing over there. We want to hear from all of you, so please sound off in the comments.
Please. So again, the mothers running those seats. I agree. I agree 1,000%. And I'm so glad that we got that many mothers strong enough to do that. But I'm not glad their child gone. But since the child gone, they're doing something courageous. So I salute all of them, even the one that lost. I hope she come back and win. So, because that's a whole lot. And Trayvon Martin, I don't even want to talk about it. This Negro wasn't even a police officer. And some community foolishness. And they told him to back off. We heard it on the phone. They played it. Back off. Let him alone. Back. No, I can't. Why? What made you can't? And he's free. He's getting in trouble. He's drinking alcohol, everything. And it's crazy because it's completely out of order that he's not in some prison with life with no parole. Because when they told him to back off, Catherine, he didn't back off because they had a hoodie on and he was black. Simple as that. So a question to Mother's Day. And do we really, really
honor our mothers?
Honor our mothers after Mother's Day. Only you can answer that question. I can answer it on the people I'm around and thousands of people I go see when I'm speaking and that I know. And I'll give 35, 40%, maybe even 50, but no, everybody don't honor their mother after Mother's Day or before Mother's Day. And some of them are honor for that one day and that's it because they don't like her. We're right back there. You don't have to like a young man, young lady, but you have to love her. And if you don't love her, then you're not of God. I have to tell you the truth. You have become animalistic and you don't even know it. That's why in Romans 1, 24, 25 to 28, God said, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship the creature instead of the creator? Okay. 24, professing to be wise, yet become fools. 28, God gave them over to a reprobate mindset. That mindset where you don't love the woman that gave you life, that brought you with fainting and pain for 9 months, cut on biblical card, the baby could have unalive, the mother could have unalive, and you had a nuts nerve not to love your mother, then it's something specifically wrong with you. So all of you out there don't love your mother, I'm praying for you today. There's something wrong with you. You need a psychosocial assessment and a dianetic, and you need it fast. We need more psychiatrists. I just talked to some young ladies at my daughter's graduation, and all them young ladies was telling me that they were doing some kind of psychiatry, and I welcome them. I say, every 10 minutes, we lose one of our young ladies unalive. Every 10 minutes. Every 3 seconds, one of them is taken off. Every 40 seconds, one of them brutally. So it's something wrong with all of this. This is not of God. That's why Jesus said, I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. There's something completely wrong with us. Our mindset, this filthy music. Music came from lamentation. It was to inspire, not expire. But these filthy people of these record companies tricked our brother, go get me some gangster rap. And y'all went to cursing and talking about taking each other's unalives and all that. Y'all studio gangsters. Y'all ain't no gangsters. Stop. The real gangsters own Las Vegas, Atlantic City, NFL, NBA, baseball, soccer. That's them. They got suits on. Come on, man. Dubai, Saudi Arabia. And they just kicked Trump out of there for all this foolishness. So again, ladies and gentlemen, until we honor and respect our mothers, we'll never get our full blessing in life. And we'll be handicapped. And any pastor, any teacher, any bishop, whoever wants to dialogue with me about this situation, if you feel like I'm not right, please, let's do it.
And again, if you want to call in, you can call us and be our guest at 281-896-8215. Again, that's 281-896-8215. And always remember to like, share at Johnny Binder Show on YouTube and across all social media platforms. But I wanted to get into this particular clip from Dr. Umar, and then we'll be right back to break down what it means.
A Black woman has had to hold down the Black house by herself, although imperfectly. Most of our children are raised by a single mother right now. And it has been that way for about 50 years. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, Black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality. We created that. And then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection. See, what you're saying, you're selecting a poor mate. And what I'm saying is they don't have much to select one, so of course you're going to end up with a poor mate. And why is she going to end up with a poor mate? Because we as Black men are not raising Black boys to be the men that our women need. We are not.
Well.
Play that again because the sound went out. Play it again.
The sound went out? Okay. Here we go.
A Black woman has had to hold down the Black house by herself, although imperfectly. Most of our children are raised by a single mother right now. And it has been that way for about 50 years. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, Black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality. We created that. And then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection. See, what you're saying, you're selecting a poor mate. And what I'm saying is they don't have much to select one, so of course you're going to end up with a poor mate. And why is she going to end up with a poor mate? Because we as Black men are not raising Black boys to be the men that our women need. We are not.
My God. My God. Boy, he said something else. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if Miss Ahmed, I don't know if y'all heard what he just said. He says poor, the women ain't got much to even pick from. So over 50% of our males are psychologically not there. This was what he didn't say. This was purposely. This ain't no makeup. They did this on purpose. Because if the man was there more for the woman already is the strongest. The Black woman already the strongest and the most powerful woman on the planet Earth and the most smartest. We know that. That's not bragging. It's just a fact. And she commit taking a life less than anybody else on. It's just a fact. And more educated. That's a fact. So, and she's the mother of Earth. That's a fact. The mental law will tell you that, or Dr. Leakey, the two anthropologists tell you, all life comes from the Black woman. She's dominant. The white woman recessive. You can't have dominant from recessive, or recessive from dominant. So if you don't understand that, you can call us back on 281-896-8215, or come in the text and we'll text you and we'll help you out. Read the ISIS paper, Francis Cress Wesson, or read the book, Miseducated Negro by Carter G. Woodson, or read The Message to the Black Man by Honorable Elijah Muhammad, So there's some books out there you can read. Psychological Slavery by Neil Huxley. So it's a whole lot you can fan to read because you know they made it against the law for us to read for 310 years. And while we read now, we get sleepy, and 44% of the children in school come out function literate. They don't want you to know who you are, what you are, and they don't want you to be comprehensive or have an understanding. That's why I tell all children and pastors, put your people in Proverbs. Put them in Psalms, 150 of them, to praise and worship. Put them in Proverbs, the wisest man in the world. Leave the rest of the Bible alone for 1 year. Stay there where you can learn out who you are, and what you are. You'll learn knowledge, wisdom, understanding, gives you freedom, justice, equality, gives you food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. So Dr. Umar was on it. There's not a lot to pick from. And we have not raised our boys, not enough of us, probably 10% of us, if that many. We have not raised our boys how to love a woman, how to protect a woman, how to invest in a woman and itself so they can be successful. You can try to argue this if you choose to. You won't win. Come on.
Yes, and when we opened the show, I opened it with the mother-son dancing. They had a dance, looks like some kind of ball.
That's what that was?
And it was, pardon me?
Oh, I didn't know what it was. I couldn't hear it.
That's what it was at the top of the show. Yes, that's what it was. And I just have another word for my mothers out there. You know, we are hard on our boys because a lot of times the dad is absent and we're trying to protect our boys. We want to make sure that they have all the information they need to be safe and successful out in the world. And sometimes our words can be really harsh. You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to stop and make time to be sure we are speaking life over our sons as well. Speaking life into them, speaking life over them. I know we pray for them, but they need those words of encouragement.
Yes, they do.
You know, they need to know that they are great human beings, you know, so that we can connect to that within them, because then they become all walled off and unemotional and then unsuitable for the women that come behind us that they start dating. And Minister, what do you tell us about men that don't love their mothers?
Well, if a man don't love his mother, he'll never love his wife. Because a mother, ladies and gentlemen, and I challenge anyone that want to on here or your platform or your church, wherever you're at. So the mother carried you, fainted in pain, for 9 months. And that's what C-section something early. And she carried you. Because under biblical card, the mother could have unalive, or the child could unalive. Now this mother carried you for 9 months for fainting in pain. Nurse you, put her on the breast not long enough, should have been at least a year, not just Similac, Gerber, and Infamil, should have been the best milk in the world from the breast. But the doctors don't teach that. The church don't teach that. So again, ladies and gentlemen, that's why they have a pump, where if you want to pump it out, and they have it ready for the baby. But the mother is the second self of God. So if she's the second self of God, the mother in particular, then why don't we honor her? Well, I don't like her. You still supposed to honor her, brother, and love her. And if you don't love your mother, you don't love your wife or your woman. You can lust her, and most times that's what it is. Because I've been there too. I was dumb, ignorant, didn't know no better. I'm talking about me, but not today. Almost 40 years I've been on this side. Why I bought a place said sophisticated lady from Marie Preston on MLK, because the word sophisticated lady, I couldn't prove she was sophisticated, but I knew it. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't love your mother, you don't love your wife. How? Well, what? Your wife didn't have you. She didn't carry you. What the only thing she can do is help you cook some food, pay some bills with you, and have sex. She can't do what the mother did. It's impossible. She can give you joy if she's a woman of God. And that's what we need. And that's what we need on the chessboard. That's why, not checkers and dominoes. You ain't gonna get nothing out of that. Let your children play chess. That's not a game. It's a way of life. Because when you put the queen in the right place, the most strongest movable piece can go anywhere. Then you'll never be checkmated. We are checkmated today because we don't know who the woman is. I go from white, black, pink, and brown. We do not know. Over 80% of not more, do not know who she is. And that's why 75% of the teaching of the nation of peace is of the woman. You have to learn out who she is. And she's directly connected to God. So again, fam, don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Learn to love your mother. Learn to honor her. No matter how she did you, or she ran off, or she was on drugs, or she left you and went with a dude, whatever it is, you don't know her circumstances. And you don't know why she did it, so you can't hold it against her. That's why God said, if one of you have not sinned, cast the first stone. Thank God my brother Mark is coming in. Cast the first stone. Because dealing with a mother, it's a powerful thing to do. I know Catherine gonna get upset with me, but I have to do this. I'm gonna stop right now. This is the only way my brother gonna be able to answer this and take it one but a minute, bring Dr. Umar back and play it where Brother Marcus can speak on it. Come on.
Marcus, we're gonna starting so you can be here at the top of the show.
He's that important.
It's that important for my production quality. But
and
here
we
we
love
go.
you too. The black woman has had to hold down the black house by herself, although imperfectly. Most of our children are raised by a single mother right now. And it has been that way for about 50 years. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality. We created that. And then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection. See, what you're saying, you're selecting a poor mate. And what I'm saying is they don't have much to select one, so of course you're going to end up with a poor mate. And why is she going to end up with a poor mate? Because we as black men are not raising black boys to be the men that our women need. We are not.
God, my God. Come on, Marcus. It's on you.
I don't know if I'm, it's the day after Mother's Day, so I don't know if I'm supposed to be, because I know a lot of men that are accountable for raising a young boy, so I can't relate to the ones that aren't. It sounds as if we're leaning collectively more towards the deadbeat daddies out here, you know what I'm saying, versus the ones that actually show up and the ones that are accountable for their families, for their communities, and for their children. So those are the people that I know. So I can't relate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody around me are stand-up individuals. They take great care of their kids. They got a little, handshakes with their kids and not with the thugs and the gang members in the neighborhoods and stuff. So I don't know. But I think with Dr. Umar, he's always pointing out ways to hold ourselves accountable. So a lot of times,
right. There you go.
A lot of times, everybody else for our issues and everybody else for our problems. And I think a lot of times adults, period, can be more accountable for a lot of things. And the other day I was talking to some people, and it's not just about accountability all the time. I think sometimes it's about forgiving, forgiving and moving forward. A lot of times we try to hold each other accountable for something forever. And I think that always hinders the relationship and the growth of the family. You can't always hold people accountable for something forever. At some point in time, you got to move forward with grace, with mercy, and, with a smile on your face.
I agree with that. You have to let go and let God, because the longer you hold it, ladies and gentlemen, it turns to baggage. If you keep carrying baggage, you start smelling, and people don't want to be around you because you don't smell good. So again, you have to change your perspective. I have several people that messed over me. I see them, and I speak to them. They be shocked. I do, brother, go ahead on, brother. May God bless you. Because I understand that he don't know what he did. I understand she don't know what she did.
I ain't there yet, Johnny. I ain't there yet. Where I can speak to everybody that's be dirty, and I'd be like,
I know you're not.
Go ahead, keep moving. I ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? Pray for me though.
But it take a man. It take a man of God to say what you just said. You saying, I'm not there. But the good part about it, you know you're supposed to be there. That's why you're saying I'm not there. But I pray one day I make it there, because the closer you get there is the closer you get to God, because God is the author of peace and not confusion, and humility is the secret of greatness. So I'm glad that I'm not glad you're not there. I'm glad you said that. But for real, you coming that way. You definitely coming that way, because brother, and I don't want to bring up the stuff, but I know some that you took that I know back in the day you wouldn't have took. So to see you take what you've been taking, I know for a fact you close going that way, because back in the day you knocked their mouth out. So again, I'm glad to see you elevating right in my face, and we are going to have $1 million show together called at the Johnny Binder Show. We got that, but we're gonna have another one: relationships, solution for real relationships, because 85-90% of relationships in America from 1 to 5 years are jacked up. So we are going to talk about going and raising young men. Then after we get through talking about raising young men, then we'll have women on the panel talking about raising women, because we need both. We don't need a village today. We need 3-4 villages, because we don't know the essence and the importance of a mother. And until we know that, we don't know God. We can run around and play with it all we want. You don't have to like your mother, but you have to love her and honor her. And a lot of people, Brother Marcus, get that confused. Well, I don't like her, she's drunk. I don't care she left me. Brother, you don't know her story. And you're not wise enough to understand that it was something wrong. Any mother would love her child and take care of her child unless it's something functional wrong. So she needed a psychosocial assessment and a dynamic. And if you don't know what that is, she had a mental problem. So again, we have to grow up and come out of this foolishness and not be played into this government buffoonery from the top to the bottom, because they don't teach none of that. So we have to teach our own people what love is and how to love our mother.
I always, judge people that say, I don't like my mama. Like, can you imagine just those words even coming out your mouth? My mouth like that. It don't even right. It's after Mother's Day. But it's people on earth that be like, man, I don't like my mama. I don't like what my mama did. I don't like something my mama said. I don't like something my mama. What you mean you don't like your mama? And when I hear that, which is not often, I don't even like when people cuss in their mama. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you cuss in front of my mama, you cuss in front of your mama. If your mama allow you to cuss in front of her, I would disrespect it when you cuss in front of your mama. That's how respectful I am to the period. But when I hear people say that they don't like their mama or their mama did something, they hate them, whatever those things are, I judge them accordingly. I know that if you can't love your mama unconditionally, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no chance. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of time for you to pick me up and spit me out too. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time. And what I like to say to anybody that's ever been through a situation with your mom where you felt like you hated or you wanted to divorce your mom, you can't, because she's yours. You know what I'm saying? You can't get another mom. Never let the situation ruin the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you let any situation in life ruin the relationship, especially with your mama, then that's just horrible. And I think if you love the relationship, if you love the person that you're in that relationship with, never let a situation or the situation ruin the relationship, because the relationship is always bigger than the situation. So, yeah, shout out to the moms, man. But nobody's perfect. That's another thing, though. Let me do that too, because a lot of times what happens is we always hold daddy accountable, but not mom. There's been plenty of times where I know we have no problem on earth holding daddy and father and uncle them accountable. But when it comes to the ladies, you know, we always give them grace, we give them the mercy, and be like, man, you know, that's mama, man. You know what I'm saying? So we want to throw that in there too, man. So shout out to everybody.
Brother Marcus, everything you said, I agree, but it has to be. Let me help you out and see if you understand it, and I know you can. In Proverbs 3, it say, "My ways are not your ways, my thoughts are not your thoughts. Lean on mine, don't lean on yours. Write it on your heart, bind it on your neck." A person cannot like their mother. When it not like her way, you can't like her. You have to love her no matter what. If she on drugs, she done run off with some dude, you still have to love her, but you don't have to like what she did, the act. And people get that confused, and I didn't explain it completely when Catherine was on it a while ago. I don't like what she did. I don't like her way, but I love her. And love is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You want to give your mother knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You want to give her freedom, justice, equality. Love is freedom, justice, and equality. So again, your mother or father can do something you don't like, and if it's not right, you don't have to love what she done to you, but you still love her, not the act. I give it back to you, brother Marcus.
Man, that's it, man. You know, again, you gave your perspective on the mother side of things, and again, I'm glad that we was able to celebrate Mother's Day yesterday. I actually celebrate my mom all the time. You know, I'm looking at a picture right now. I can turn, you know, little spots in the home and see photos of mom. You know, but
Sure.
16.
Sure, want to see him.
She passed away in 2016, man. You know what I'm saying? So 2016.
Okay.
Yeah. She been up out of here, man. So RIP to her again. And all the moms, man. I went to church on Sunday, and you know, it was a lot of moms, a lot of extra moms in there. All the single men. If you didn't go to church on yesterday, you missed out. It was in there. It was in there, man. You know what I'm saying? In there, man. And the pastor was like, hey, if you came for some type of Mother's Day sermon, you're in the wrong spot. You know, he shouted out the mothers and the people that act like mothers, the people substitute moms, you know, the people that are moms to all the people on earth that don't have moms and stuff. So I want to shout y'all out as well. If you don't have kids and you got nieces and nephews and you motherly figures to them, shout out to you too.
Yeah, and just to clarify, you know, we know it is the day after Mother's Day, but you know, we wait for that day, and a lot of people say they don't celebrate the day because we should honor our mothers all the time anyway, every day, which I'm sure you appreciate more since your mom is now your assigned angel. But yeah, a lot of us don't. A lot of people don't.
Now, I actually pay attention to more than anything. I don't know if y'all know, I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying? So historically, I've always paid attention to the e-commerce sales, the revenue that's made on Mother's Day, you know, as far as retail, shopping, etc. And that's what I'm always excited to see. A lot of times in business, we forget how much money is spent on Mother's Day. We think about spending money all the time. I'm changing the mindset of our people. You know, a lot of you start thinking about spending money all the time and start thinking about making some money. Oh my God, I'm talking about you'll be somehow, some way part of a $30 billion day. So Mother's Day spending in recent years has exceeded $30 billion in the U.S. alone. Online, from hair bundles, you know, that she's happy hair, beauty products, skincare, cosmetics, personalized jewelry, candles, fashion, restaurants, brunch catering packages, gift cards, home decor, all that stuff, man. Like the mommy makeovers. Again, if you are in that industry or if you know, just spending money on Mother's Day, then I always think about you can't be making money on Mother's Day for the rest of your life, because every year Mother's Day is gonna roll around like clockwork, just like the rest of these forecasted industries and all these sales cycles that come and go, they're gonna come back again next year. And next year you can spend some money again, or you can jump in and win. I like to jump in and win. So I'm just shouting out all my entrepreneurs. If you can hear the sound of my voice, if you have a service or a product, you should probably have a Mother's Day sale, special, BOGO, discount, something for the mom, man. So shout out to y'all.
You are so right, because I used to participate in that heavily when both my grandmothers were still here and all of my 6 aunties were still here in addition to my mama. That was like another Christmas.
Well, you know, they say the restaurant lines be long for Mother's Day. You can't get any reservations nowhere. But for Father's Day, all you can eat. All you can eat, baby, we open, man. Come on in. We got space. We got space.
Okay, well, we're going to roll on. I have this next clip that I want to share. And we'll see what this sister has to say.
68% of Black mothers are breadwinners, and yet we're still asking, what do Black women bring to the table? If you can resonate with that, let me tell you what that type of mindset is actually doing to you. Every time you say that, you strip away your soft power. If you're constantly bringing everything to the table because you're at the table, don't be disappointed when you attract men who show up empty-handed, because your masculine energy did all the work already. You are not a damn table. You're the woman that table was built to serve. And until you understand the language of men, you'll keep being a breadwinner with a very bankrupt love life.
If you look at even how doctors are talking about it now, they'll tell you that they were taught that Black people can endure more pain, that Black people were oftentimes lying about the extent of their pain. And that has rippling effects across the entire medical field. And it shows up in the fact that more women are dying every single day. And unfortunately, many times their child is dying as well.
And that impact is generational. I mean, the angst that you talk about, like anxiety and stress is not just a figment of the mind. It has such a deep impact on our bodies. And so even if you're not being medically neglected, or even if you're not experiencing racism in the doctor's office, just the fact that we have so much trepidation entering into the process, that we can't go through pregnancy lighthearted and carefree and just joyful, also has its own impact. And when Black mothers are harmed, entire families and communities are impacted.
I'm going to pause it right there. And I know that was a double, not intentional. But what did you think about what the First Lady had to say about women and that lovely table?
Man, that's always an interesting topic. You know what I'm saying? The whole, what do you bring to the table? And I think she said something like, the table is there to serve you and all that. I mean, I don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? Because I know when I'm sitting at a table, normally I'm getting served. So I don't even know what all that means, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's a team effort. There's no one person doing everything, no one person bringing everything. So it's roles, responsibilities, duties. And sometimes different people are better at things than others. And that's what a relationship is. You got to figure out who you're in a relationship with, what type of person you're in a relationship with, and try to each other's boards, you know. So I bring to the table stuff. I can't relate.
Minister, when she said, mentioned that women have too much masculine energy because we're worried about what we're bringing to the table, I heard you make a noise.
Well, I agree with her to a certain extent, but by us not doing our job, that's why women have masculine energy. It ain't that they want to be act as a man and a woman. They would love to be the woman completely and not have to do both. So when people say that, and bless their heart, they need more understanding. And while I have a lot of understanding, I've been there and done that. So I've been from death row to God's row. So I have a better understanding than most people because I stay in Proverbs. The wisest man in the world is Solomon. So I go read Solomon where he can keep on gifting me up. and other people that have given me wisdom and knowledge. But again, a woman, a lot of them, most of them in business than we are, especially in Atlanta, there's 21 women to 1 man. Because we, thank God that Marcus went off and came back, because he's seen 2 different worlds. So everybody don't get a chance to go off and come back from the Navy to back to the street. And he took the $800 or whatever and turned it into millions. That story ain't gonna be for everybody. I wish it would be. So we have to raise our young men and train and teach them how to be a man of God, not a boy, not a male, not a freak, but a man of God. So we're having problems, and that's why I'm going to do this show, a solution for real relationships.
I got you. Look, this the whole thing, man. When you talk about masculinity and women and all that, the thing is, women can be feminine as long as they're allowed to be. But if they're forced to go out there and get it, then they got to get into survival mode. So as long as they're being taken care of, then they can stay feminine, you know, and be the nurturer and the mother that they are when they're there with the kids. But if they're not there with the kids, they out in the building is going to get it, you got to turn into a beast for survival. And I think that's what happens a lot in our communities. You know, people spend a lot of time going to figure it out. In reality, I do feel like the man is supposed to be the one going out to figure it out. The man is supposed to be the one going out to kill the animal and bring it back to the, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So when we find ourselves out of roles and duties and, you know, doing things that we're not supposed to be doing, then, you know, you turn the opposite, which is masculine for the women and then feminine for the men. Because it's somebody right now, I'm not saying that washing dishes is feminine, but I'm saying like it's somebody busting some suds right now, you know what I'm saying? Instead of cutting the grass, you know, so yeah, however you take that.
And I think we have to be careful too. We've taken on that role out of necessity because we were talking about the number of households that are led by single women. But it's not our nature. And I know y'all sound off in the comments, disagree or agree. I'm fine with that. But I experienced a lot of female issues, medical issues early on, and then went back and looked at some of the studies, and a lot of those fibroids, the endometriosis, the cyst, all of that was related to stress. And a lot of that stress had to do with me taking on a more masculine role in corporate America and just being out there, being the breadwinner, trying to be both. It's not, I always say, as above, spiritually, so below. So you typically what happens in our bodies is just a spiritual manifestation in the physical. And that's what it allows. So we have to be women and recognize, no, we can't be mama and daddy. We just mama. You can be a super mama, but you just mama. We're not equipped to be daddy too. And that drives me nuts. But if you disagree with me, that's fine. But a lot of things happens to us in our bodies is related to what we take on in the spiritual work, spiritually, that manifests itself. And I've had doctors and all kind of practitioners on Eastern medicine, Chinese medicine, even Western doctors explain that correlation to me as to what happened in my own breakdown of my body.
So Kat, I got a question for you, Kat. So when, because a lot of times, that's the first thing women say, like, you know, that dude was stressing me. I lost weight. I got my weight back. I got my weight back up. You know how it is. Stella got a groove back. I got rid of that dude, and now, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm feeling I'm eating all that, right? Money, whatever it is. Now, what I've seen is that some women actually like, okay, I need to let this person go because I'm doing too much. And then what I notice is that same person that you let go, especially if you got kids, you know, something along those lines, you still got to do those things that you were trying to run from, whether it's like cleaning up behind or washing dishes or, you know, the bath, whatever it is that you know what I'm saying? You still got to, and you still got to work. So you still got to, it's still energy, it's just different energy. And it's like, how do you know which set of duties or what energy you want to give to what's worth it. Because once you leave this, it's like a job. You leave one job, go to another job. You don't know if you're gonna like it or love it, but you just know that you left what you was doing. And then you just find yourself jumping from job to job, and you're like, when are you gonna find a career? You know what I'm saying? When do we find the career that's gonna keep us happy, and where we can just focus and have a routine of energy versus like kids, you know, gotta take care of the home. Okay, now I gotta go to work. And now you ain't got no man, you know, because now you're free, but now you still gonna have to get another one. So now you got still the energy is still spread thin, and you still find yourself stressed again, you know, and all those other things that you just consider.
Well, it's a balance, Marcus, because if that person was not contributing in the household, if they were negative, if they bring in their own toxic mix to the household, then they're out of the house. So you have another piece that you didn't have when they were there that can help you balance out what you still got to do because you were doing it anyway, but at least you have some peace. And then you can realign your household from there. But that's the way I always looked at it. It's like, okay, you know, I still may have to work out this parenting situation with you, but you took that energy over there with Sue, and God bless you both. It's like, God bless her. God bless her. You know, just make sure you got your commitments with your kids over here, but you don't, all that other, I can go to work with a smile when I don't have to worry about coming home to certain elements.
Well,
if I
no
know
woman
I'm fighting for my kids, I can smile.
No woman should have to come home tiptoeing, the male making it uncomfortable, because a man is a walking manifestation of God. A male is a boy that's lost. I know, because I was lost. So we don't know how to treat y'all. But when you become a man, you become the walking manifestation of God, then you know how to treat the woman, so you'll bring home peace and not confusion. If I come home to the woman, whatever happened with me and Marcus had to take care of some business, I'm not bringing it home. Oh, yeah, somebody said, no, I'm bringing peace. If I can't bring peace to the house, then I'm not bringing confusion, because God is the author of peace and not confusion. The devil is the author of confusion. That's why we have a devil sitting on one shoulder and an angel on the other. Both suggest us all the time. We must learn to be wise enough to recognize the voices and follow the angel. A lot of people don't study to show they self-approve. It's in the Bible. Our people destroyed for the lack of knowledge. We have to study the woman, study ourselves, study God, so we can bring peace. Because a lot of times dudes walk up and a bunch of dudes sin, and the dude negative, everybody go to moving, walking away. They won't tell him. They just go to moving, walking away. And after a while, he'll snap that something wrong with him. But again, that's from ignorance. And we don't have enough fathers. We don't have about 18 to 22% of fathers in America that's black. The rest of them just out here wild and crazy. So that's our fault. We don't need the government or nobody else to teach us how to be no father. And the church don't teach enough about mother and father, because they're hustling money to take care of them bills. So again, that's what we need to talk about. We have to talk about mother and father. Mother and father are two greatest things in the world for us, for family. Because without the mother and father, we don't be here. Because the father dropped the seed. And he's supposed to be a father, but a male can drop a seed. So again, you have to grow into a father. I'm not through growing. I don't care if Malcolm X was alive, he went through his growing. Martin Luther King. It's a continual, perpetual cycle. You have to keep on growing, keep on growing. And when you stop growing, you become a fool. You have to keep growing. Why? Because you'll never be a know-it-all, Marcus. You have to be a learn-it-all. And the only one know-it-all is God himself. And the God is in us, and we can learn and be studious and humble and respectful, because a lot of people believe by you being humble to the woman, you're weak. So you think that's wrong. No, brother. Humility is the secret of greatness, not buffoonery and foolishness and discombobulation. So yes, young lady, we agree with you. Whoever your husband gonna be, or whoever he was, or whatever you're gonna do, he should honor you and respect you and lift you up to God. and bring peace home. And if you can't do that, y'all don't need to be together. Simple as that.
I agree. And I want to mention that last video talking about medical care for women when we go in, Black women. Look, I saw that episode of Oprah that showed how doctors really view us, how some doctors. And so after that point, you know, hey, I made sure all my doctors shared my hue. They were my complexion.
Come on with it.
Because I needed somebody to understand me in a historical and respect me in a historical context. And if I ever found myself with a doctor that wasn't from my complexion family, then we would have an honest come to Jesus meeting the first time I ever went there. And I asked them point blank, if XYZ were to happen to me, how would you view me? And I don't mind telling them, look, I am 80% African. I am 20% European. When it comes to pain, my pain is 20% European. So when I say I'm in pain, I'm in pain. And they laugh. They think it's funny. But I tell them right up front, I know what those medical journals say about me. That's not me. I need somebody that's going to treat me as a human being. And if your religious beliefs or your previous bias keep you from doing that, please let me know now so I can find me another doctor. But you have to let them know that you're aware, ladies and gentlemen, because they do all of us the exact same way, even with our kids. Have these conversations with your doctor. Children. I'm learning with your children. Ask these questions. It's very, very important. That way they know that you know, and they'll come at you and treat you in a different manner. So that's just my word to the wise when dealing with people in medicine. Yeah.
Next clip.
Next clip. Doctor, you don't have those conversations with your doctor when you go in?
Doctor know if he violate me, I'm gonna knock him slap out.
Oh gosh.
Ain't no doctor gonna play with my life. They can look at my face and tell, don't play with him.
Okay. So
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, I'm serious about my life. So I ain't want to sound gangsterous, but I love my doctor. He love me. He just keep checking on me. Can't find nothing wrong. And he will not find nothing wrong. I'm going to stay vegan, and I'm not going to eat no meat, no dairy, no sugar. And I'm going to stay here and be powerful and strong in the will of God. Thank you.
We appreciate that.
I don't want to be in CVS and Walgreens. My God.
I know I'm a hurt mother. No mother, no mother, I don't care what color, black, white, pink, purple, should go through this.
My God.
No one has been arrested. The people who knew what happened to my daughter are living their lives.
My God. My God. Man. Boy, we've been my God.
I'm broken, my heart is just ripped out.
My God.
And to think that I have to bury my baby. And I poured so much into her.
My God. My.
It hurts me to my heart to know that so many men are getting away with shooting and killing our young people.
My God. Walking home from the store with a hoodie on. With the hoodie.
And for days and for months and for years, you cry out to God in your grief. Was my child afraid? Did he feel the pain as the bullets ripped through his skin?
My God.
I won't say. I know, and yeah, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna keep it together. But as a child, I think part of what we have to remember, and not saying that any of those bless those mothers and those who've lost their kids to violence or any situation. May the peace of the Lord be with y'all in y'all's grief. But part of being a child and honoring your parent is remembering, even if they didn't exemplify the behavior, remembering what they were teaching you to be a better person, to be an example, how they taught you to show up in the world. That's part of honoring your mother and your father. They may not have done it. They may have just told you to do it. But part of just going out, showing those teachings about how you dress, how you interact with the world, that brings honor to your family. And that's not necessarily relational. That's just remembering what they told you. Say yes, ma'am, yes, sir, be polite, hold the door. Do those things. That's part of honoring what your mother and your father taught you. That's all.
Right here in TikTok, and I give it to you, Marcus. It's a discussion on fatherhood, respect, and being a strong woman. Share your thoughts. Invite folks to join as guests, and boy, they coming. Ronald Muhammad, Jesus Save, Maejyr. I don't know how to say that. Most Wanted Nuke. A discussion of the challenges of modern relationship of women and roles. Invite Paris 231. Invite Dabades. Invite Frankman Kawanza. Ladies and gentlemen, all y'all that want to say something, text here in Facebook, TikTok. Mr. Muhammad, I see you on here a whole lot, Ronald. You can say something, and we'll listen. As long as it makes sense, and if it don't make sense, we'll speak to you in a rightful manner and show you what we see in the book, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah. So to further you on, and if it's something you can teach us, bring it. The viewers are here. There's a lot of them, ladies and gentlemen. Over 100 of them. Can't call all of them names, but just a few of them. Amy, Derek, Coach, Bradstreet. Hey, Coach. Elder Deidre. Hey, Deidre. Mr. Muhammad, you on here more than anybody. Thank you, brother. Laura, DMX, discussing the grieving and governing moment of mothers running for office. They got it. You can imagine summaries in setting. Christine Daniels, Robert G., Mr. Jones, Mr. Boo, Mr. Butler. Men on here too can't imagine summaries in setting a passionate debate and honoring mothers regardless of their action. I want to thank you, TikTok. Y'all got so much on here. And y'all are so active. Thank you. Marcus, you finna say something. Come on.
Just the video. I think the video was pretty much of a bunch of moms crying. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids being shot along with us. Yeah, I used to always wonder why we always saw the black moms at the podiums crying and never saw the other moms at the podiums crying. It was always us. I was like, man, how is that possible? They always shooting black people, the unarmed individuals, to Michael Browns, to Tamir Rice, you know, Philando Castile didn't even have his gun. You know, he had his gun in the car. He was like, hey, my gun is in there. He got shot because his gun was in the car. Breonna Taylor, you know, all those different people. And then I remember when Black Lives Matter started in 2013. In 2016, it was burning Nike flags because Colin Kaepernick had everybody kneeling and stuff. We was boycotting the NFL. That was a horrible time period, like football. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, just to kind of think about where we at now, where they're changing the voting rights. So they gave us, you know, we took one step forward, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps back. You know what I'm saying? So we got Trump in office, and it's like a lot of things are happening, and there's so many things happening that we forget what we're supposed to be doing. Because, you know, we got iPhones and AC and social media and stuff now. So you got the John Lewis's, Sheila Jackson Lee's, all those people that fought for the civil rights, the voting, the legislations. They just rolling that stuff back, man. To think about these moms crying on the video, I think we all gonna be, you know, teary-eyed once we see all the things that they doing out there in the White House and stuff. So
no doubt,
it's
no
crazy.
doubt, no doubt about it. We agree. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We agree, Marcus. It was just the day after Mother's Day, because you know we get in all them subjects. Ain't no subject we can't get in. We solution based. This is why our show's going to the top of the mountain, and God has us.
Well, the solution is, like Kat said just a second ago, we got to honor our moms, our parents, by living the life the way that they taught us. You know, with the experiences, the resolve. And one thing my mom taught me, she said, if somebody hit you, hit them back. What she told me. So I be living like that. You know what I'm talking about? I listen to mom. Mom say, if somebody hit you, hit them back. And if they bigger than you, pick up something and knock them. Nah, I'm talking about. Listen, all right, Marcus. I mean, listen to my mom. I honor my mom. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mama Bob.
What's your mother's name, Marcus?
Cynthia.
Okay. One of my best friends' name was Cynthia. She was a singer, Cynthia Roberts. So
yeah, Cynthia, man. Yeah.
Ain't no, we love her. We love her. We pray she's in heaven. We love her. She had you. So we glad about that. I know I am. So I have no problem with Miss Cynthia. So again, we want to live out our legacy. Because I'm about to live out my mama's legacy. She's 91. She's in the room in this house right now. I'm in Dallas with her. I'm out here on this back porch, y'all. You can see the sky on my head. I ain't never did this one, Marcus. There ain't no fake sky. That's the real thing up there, y'all. Yeah, God put that up there. So again, ladies and gentlemen, mother is significant. And what Catherine showed is something that shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening. We should not be going through this, but we don't have a just government with the president that should, all the governors and mayors should make sure the chief of police and the people behind these people are slipping through the crack, because it's systemic racism, and Ray Charles can see it. So we have to dedicate ourselves to law enforcement and get the best law enforcement that can think and not racist or have systemic racism, because it's where most of this stuff happened from. Because 7 officers jumped me, undercover officers. I wasn't trying to fight no 7 officers, Brother Marcus. And I ran from them in my car. I didn't know how many was in the car. And they had 2 record trucks, airplane record trucks. That's the only way they could have stopped me, because I was getting away. And I jumped out the car and they rushed me and we went at it. And they cheated me and hit me in the head with a gun. because I was trying to get them out of there. And they were definitely trying to get me out of there. And when we went to court, I won the case. So you can see I was right, because I would never jump 7 officers. I would jump 1. But I'm not going to allow anyone to whoop me or put their hand on me. I love my brother, Rodney King, but I'm not saying, can we all get along? I am not trying to get along with you.
Man, Johnny, you know what? I've been asking people, man, because, I got tased April 7th in front of my store. And I was asking people, like, man, I've been watching a whole lot of police use of force videos on YouTube. They approach citizens and, cuff them, stuff them, blaze them. They doing all type of stuff to them. We got dogs biting them and everything. When I'm realizing this, sometimes we give our power away. We'll be sitting there on earth minding our business. I just watched the video before I hopped on here. Dude was just sitting in front of CPS. He just got out of work. He was minding his business. Police officer pulled up and was like, "What are you doing here?" And because you don't have to answer questions, you don't have to respond to the police officer. You don't have to help them with their investigation. You don't have to talk to them. You plead the fifth on the street. They can be like, "Hey, man, give me your ID." You be like, "Man, for what? I don't have to give you my ID." There's so many laws and rules, and so when you do that, now you find yourself in those situations where they want to rough you up and tell you put your hands behind your back and cuff you, and then have some type of court on the street, which is crazy to me, because again, you find yourself in a situation where you battling a lot with a couple of police officers, and a lot of times people say, just do what they say, just do what they say. And a lot of people do, and they end up dead too, so just want to kind of throw it out there. You never really safe. Unalive. You're never really safe when you're putting your power in the hands of other people. You want to stay in charge of your life is what I'm saying.
I agree with that, Marcus. I have a problem with it. I'm just glad God done saved me, because they could have took a gun and do what they usually do, shoot the person, throw the gun down, and lie and say I had a gun. So, I had police about 15 years ago put both his hands in my pocket in front of Memorial Hospital on 59 and Beach Nut. And I knew what he was doing, and the Spanish law said to him, "Hey man, you can't do that." But he was trying to make me, because if I would have done it, I can hit him one time and either take him out or send him to a coma, intensive care. So what I did, Marcus, I kept my hand like this, and I told her, I said, "Say, man," and you can see in my face, I ain't scared of him. I said, "Man, you got your hand in my pocket. You done lost your everlasting mind." And then the police officer behind me told him, "Say, man, get your hand out of his pocket." But what he was trying to do, Marcus, he was trying to trigger me, wait and get a chance to pull his thing, but he don't know ain't none of that's going to happen. He's not going to pull nothing on me and that close to me. So I don't want to do nothing to no officer nowhere on the planet, but I'm not going to let no officer do nothing to me neither. So that's who I am. I ain't asked nobody to follow me. I'm talking about me. I come in peace, I leave in peace. But if you think you're going to hurt me or do something to me, no, we can stop that. I'm a Mandingo. I'm an Igbo. Yeah. I'm man out of Legos. I ain't nothing to play with. I don't play with people. I don't disrespect no people. I'm a man of God. I used to be a man of the devil, but I'm a man of God today. Been that way for almost 40 years. And I come for peace and not confusion. So again, we have to be careful with police officers that's sick. They try to trigger you, Marcus, where they can get a chance to do you. And he tried his best to trigger me, stuck both his hands in my pocket.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. That's what they say on all them videos, man. Dudes don't even be doing that. They be sitting there like this. Stop resisting, and they start to rough them up. Stop resisting. Next thing you know, they got a full Nelson, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, here I am, and I can say to God and to the people on this that's looking, and the millions of people that see this, the mother is the most important thing in the world. Why? Because without her, we don't be here. Her womb is Replication. Her womb is the replication of God's universe. So we need to honor and love our mother. You ain't got to like her act or what she done to you. But please don't get tricked up, fooled up, dumbed up, ignorant up, that you don't love your mother because of some casualty she done or something she didn't do. You don't know her situation. So keep your mouth off of her and go to a psychiatrist that understand mothers, or get you a psychosocial assessment and a dynamic where you can understand the importance of mother. That is so important. It's most important. So again, wake up, ladies and gentlemen. Mother Day is every day. One day I break down where that Mother Day came from. It didn't come from us. It's all to make money. Same way they do with Christmas. And Christmas make more money than any of them. Then I don't know about Easter, Mother's Day. They both up in there. They make millions of dollars. And on Christmas, they make trillions. So again, it's a pagan holiday. They set up. They don't care about our mothers. If they care about our mothers, the tape she just showed, she couldn't have showed all that. So they just do Mother's Day where they can make money. It ain't because they care about our mothers. It's for us, Marcus, me, and men of God. It's for us to love and cherish our mothers each and every day of her life. I drove way to Dallas to be with my mother. I got a whole bunch of things I need to be doing in Houston. But when I weigh them out, which one the most important? Going to Houston or being in Dallas? Boop, being in Dallas. Answer. Over and out. So again, because if it don't be for her, I don't be here. And I'm glad she didn't flush me in the commode. I'm glad she carried me. Now I'm carrying her. Me and my two sisters. So again, ladies and gentlemen, mother should be honored, protected, and respected, and loved. And whoever don't understand that, we pray for you. Because something wrong. Something wrong. And if your pastor, your preacher, your bishop, your friend, your boy, girl, whoever, your uncle, whoever it is, don't tell you what I'm saying, there's something wrong with them. Because what I'm speaking is the absolute truth. And I put up all I got and go on national TV with anybody. And you're going to win. The mother. And God said it himself. Who you honor your mother and your father, your days be long. Honor both of them, but first mother, then father. And that's just the way it is. Come on to this clip.
Okay.
Wake up, wake up.
I am up. I'm here. I just know which direction I wanted to go in next.
Just come hard. Ladies and gentlemen, TikTok. Let me pick up the phone. Miss Armez, I think she gone now. She thought I was texting. I wasn't texting, but I got to hold the phone up because this computer don't work like mine for the people to see. And she thought I was texting by holding the phone up. And I texted and told her that ain't what that was. And now my sister's gone.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. There we go. So we'll go with the historical reflection.
A Black History Reflection. Before the world called them strong, they were simply mothers. Women who woke before sunrise and somehow carried entire families on tired shoulders. They made something from almost nothing, held their children close, and kept love alive inside homes the world tried to break. Some worked in other people's houses by day, then came home and kept their own together at night. Some carried grief quietly so their children could still feel safe. And even through hardship, they still braided hair, pressed church clothes, kissed foreheads, and prayed over futures they might never live to see. History remembers marches, wars, and great men, but many Black families survived because a mother held everything together. And some histories were never written down, they were carried.
Gun violence in the U.S.
We'll pause it right there. So Minister Jeremiah, what are some of the ways your mom carried you and your sisters? I know she's a very strong woman. I know she had to be. she had to be.
Well, my daddy was there. He was there all the time, but he left for a minute and came back. So I was tough from day one. And he gave me that good whooping one time, that water hole. Back day to day, they put him in prison. But I'd testified for him, say I needed it. So I came home with an F, and all hell broke loose. But can you show that tape again? Because I was telling Miss Catherine, Miss Renee, why, like right now, I got this phone up. This is the only way they can see you all, because I don't have the computer, my computer. I got my sister's computer, and the only way they can see is I hold it up. So play with
A Black History Reflection. Before the world called them strong, they were simply mothers. Women who woke before sunrise and somehow carried entire families on tired shoulders. They made something from almost nothing, held their children close, and kept love alive inside homes the world tried to break. Some worked in other people's houses by day, then came home and kept their own together at night. Some carried grief quietly so their children could still feel safe. And even through hardship, they still braided hair, pressed church clothes, kissed foreheads, and prayed over futures they might never live to see. History remembers marches, wars, and great men. But many Black families survived because a mother held everything together. And some histories were never written down. They were carried.
There we go, Minister.
Yeah, that was, I need to hear that. That'll make me talk, yeah. Miss Ahmed, I know you heard that because you did some of that with Dr. Brittany Adams. It's a mother has the hardest job in the world. That's just the truth. And the father has to come by to support the mother, Brother Marcus, to help the mother be victorious and successful, and don't let the children split them. So they need to go in a room and say how we're going to raise a child. And one mother I really respect that I never heard a white guy saying than a Black mother. She said her children don't even look at TV the whole week. 5 days, they don't look at no TV. They only watch TV in the weekend, and she got them playing soccer, football, baseball, and they doing so much. When they come home, they take a bath, go to sleep, so they don't get a chance to watch TV. She says she do it on purpose to keep them away from that idiot box. Because a lot of people don't know that the television, when it idiot box, it forms your mind, and it's a whole lot on there that's negative. I won't go to call on the show because I'll be an hour. So again, that mother was powerful, and she saved 6 boys. All 6 of her boys are successful. I looked at it, and I mean, all of them got their business. They engineer. And the father and the mother who we're gonna interview from New Orleans, in New Orleans, the father did 21 years in prison. He raised his children from prison with the mother, and the mother come down 18 years to see him. So they got a great story about being a mother. So again, we gonna have some great stuff going on. I never taught on mother this much, but it's needed. So we might do this for 2-3 days, if not a week. It need to be understood who the mother is. Come on, Marcus. Come on, Catherine.
Okay. Well, I guess as we're getting ready to close the show, Marcus, did you have anything?
No. I'm pretty much done, man. Again, happy Mother's Day, everybody. I'm over here multitasking, Kat. You know what I'm saying?
You good?
That's okay. I understand. I understand.
And I want to say Happy Mother's Day to every mother on the planet Earth. The whole 196,940,000 square miles. Land-wise, 57,255,000 square miles. Water-wise, 139,685,000 square miles of water. So I want to say to all of you, we love you. We want the best for you. And we pray that you get closer and closer to God to raise your children so we can be successful. And for you and your spouse, if y'all not even together, the co-parent, where we can be victorious and successful and turn this around, where we can have families. Because it takes more than a village today. It takes villages because there's so much distraction. This is one of the biggest distractions right here, these iPhones. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we need to spend some time with God. That mother was right to turn that TV off. I know another guy, he's a multi-millionaire, owned about 40 trucks and 360. I won't call his name, but I should, but I'm not. And Mr. So-and-so, so-and-so, his children, he's a multi-millionaire, he leave them $1 million a piece. If they wanted the money he was going to leave them, they had to read a book per week. A book per week, one book. And if they didn't, he cut their allowance, everything. And that is so powerful what he did. All his children smart as hell because you get them to read. You want to help them pick the books, so they'll be reading something silly. So you want them to read and comprehend and understand where they can be victorious and successful. So those two people that told me that, I didn't comfort this. I said, okay. My daughter, Lavetta, she buy games where you play and like Monopoly and you jump and you go into the bank, you open this, you're doing that. All the stuff she buy, my grandchildren, she buy them something where they can learn. We don't buy the guns. We don't buy them because they shoot the gun and think you're gonna pop back up like Pac-Man. No. So we watch what we do. Ladies and gentlemen, the hardest thing to do today is raise our children, and we need all the help we can get. Number one, God, the mother and uncles and everybody else that has anything of God. We need that to help us with our children. So again, Catherine, we got anything else we can play to go with this to make it a great day?
Yes, we do. We can close out with the biblical perspective, just a reminder of who the biblical moms were. And then we can get out of here. For all of you guys who are watching this on replay, please like, comment, share. We'd like to know your thoughts, of course. And thank you for taking time out to join us and watch us on the Johnny Binder Show. So here we go.
Motherhood plays an important role in the Bible. It binds the beginning and the end. These stories offer us a glimpse into the heart of God. And so we start at the beginning. Taken from the side of Adam, gifted with bringing forth life, the first woman was named Eve because she was the mother of all living. But she was also a mother in her own right, the first of many mothers to come. Though Sarah's womb was closed, God promised nations and kings would come from her. 10 years pass, and motherhood seems as impossible as the day it was promised. But the Lord is faithful to keep his promises, and Sarah bore a son who made her laugh. Leah was the firstborn, overlooked by her husband Jacob, who gave his heart to her younger sister. When the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb. Despite Jacob's disdain, she found her motherhood in the Lord. When Pharaoh became angry at the fruitfulness of the Hebrews, Jochebed sacrificed her motherhood for the sake of her son. When Pharaoh's daughter saw the child, she had compassion on him. Because of Jochebed's sacrificial motherhood, the Israelites found freedom. Naomi was a mother who experienced the loss of her sons, yet she gained a daughter in Ruth who declared, "For where you go, I will go. Your people will be my people, your God, my God. Naomi and Ruth became family by faith. Mary, a virgin and not yet married, was found to be with child from the Holy Spirit. The motherhood of this blessed woman was more than the continuation of a family name, but a means for God to bring a Savior into the world to save His people from their sins. From the garden to the cross, there have always been mothers. These women paved the way for all women, representing the full spectrum of the ways one could be called mom. Whether a mother in faith, mentorship, adoption, or by birth, you play an important role in the stories of generations to come. To all the Sarahs, Leahs, Jochebeds, and Naomis, Happy Mother's Day.
Catherine?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to say something.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I agree with everything I just saw, but it was something they didn't put there about me being biblical and spiritual. I'm not in religion. Religion comes from religiosity, man-made schism. That's all it is. But they talked about all these great women, and that's wonderful. But I don't know if I heard the word Rahab. Did you hear Rahab?
No, she wasn't mentioned.
Okay. I can't let that go, ladies and gentlemen, because Rahab, and I can prove it in no limited time, is the tree. The other people, the branch. Rahab is the tree. Even Mary is the branch. She had the Savior. Yes, she did. But if Rahab don't lie and hide the angels of God, because nobody else would do it, so God picked her. And then Solomon say, for what you did, put your life on the line and saved our lives, 3 angels. I'm marrying you. They had a baby named not Boaz, not Jackass, but Boaz. Boaz met Ruth, who was with Naomi. You heard the lady say, wherever you go, I go, wherever you die, I die. But that wasn't the kicker. The kicker is, whoever your God is my God. So it took a woman like that and a man like that to come together to have a baby named Obed. Obed had Jesse. Jesse had David. David had Solomon. Daughters of daughters. I'm black and I'm beautiful. So again, ladies and gentlemen, you read Romans 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jesus come out the root of David's offspring and Jesse, which come from Rahab. She was never a prostitute. She was acting a prostitute. She was a child of God. And I told Kathy Griffin this in class, and she said, you know what, brother? You correct. I know I'm correct. That's an act. That's not who she is. And God chose her to bring the lineage of Jesus Christ, my big brother, into the world. It took a woman that been through something, all the trials and tribulations. So whoever don't understand that, come to the Johnny Binder Show, or call us on the phone, or text us, and I'll take you through the Bible. Your pastor can come too and show it to you. That is most important. Rahab, so-called prostitute, but she was a woman of God. She lied and got blessed. I don't see nobody else in the Bible lied and got blessed. She lied and got blessed. So, ladies and gentlemen, and she hid the men and put her life on the line. Miss Rahab, I love you and your lineage. May God bless you. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Pastor. And again, we will not just focus on Mother's Day, but just the importance of motherhood and growing in that motherhood. So we thank the minister for introducing this series. We will have more to come. And I thank you guys for joining. Again, please like, share, subscribe at Johnny Binder Show on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitch and TikTok. So thank y'all. Thank you for joining. I am your producer, and thank you, Marcus, our globalpreneur and host. And yes, sir.
I end with this. Miss Renee from Prairie View, the Queen of Prairie View, went through a whole lot. And after all the fighting she done, Dr. Brittany Adams now owned Main Squeeze with 52 flows on it. Took nothing and made something so she could be a speaker or write a book. She got to even show her face just to say all the hell she went through to get her daughter there. What a God. Miss Renee, Miss Young, you done a great job. And we need other mothers to do the same. Thank you.
All righty, fam. Well, thank y'all for joining us. Peace, love, and blessings. And we will be here with you again soon. Thank you.